Welcome back, listeners. This is Small Town Big Mouths podcast, and this is Amber, your one and only.
Hey, everyone. We are glad to have you here. And this is Misty, a.k.a. Dolce.
So today we're going to start, I can't even talk.
That's because Amber has a buzz.
We are going to start off talking about our first concert.
Yeah, we thought we'd do like a little nostalgic episode because it's really fun to kind of reminisce on past times.
Definitely. Cheers. So my first, I'm going to say that I could remember was a Crisscross concert. And
wait, first of all, who got the tickets?
I can't even tell you who I went with. It was at Great America. I grew up in the Bay Area, so going to Great America was like a ritual. You know, you just went there every summer because that's what there was to do. But I remember even being in elementary school when they were popular and wearing my clothes backwards because I thought it was like cool.
Wait, you really did that?
I did. My overalls.
My overalls. Oh, so you wore the square part in the back?
Yeah. Oh my God, how embarrassing, right? Oh my God.
I had you, everyone. Okay, this is like a little kid.
It is a little kid. And I think one of them died by now.
How little.
Yeah.
You guys, you have to YouTube him if you don't know who Crisscross is, but everyone knows this song. It's got a good beat.
Yeah. So that was my first concert. I can't tell you who I went with, who took me.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't drive.
That song came out in 92, so I was only 8 years old. So
that's a young to go to a concert like that. But they were all little kids.
Yeah, it had to have been because look how young they were. So, but I just remember I really liked them, and then they just fell off the planet Earth.
But I'm older than you, obviously, and in '92 there was grown ass men pumping that shit.
Did you hear the beat?
I know the beat.
It was a good beat.
It was. I just can't
I'm gonna go home bumping it out.
Wore your clothes backwards.
Only a few times, I think. I don't know.
Do other kids in the school grounds have that?
Yeah. It was
and the teachers, they allowed it? They didn't even get in trouble? Have to go change your clothes?
No.
Oh my God.
Come on, think about it. In the 90s, things were a lot easier compared to what they are today in school.
I think that is so funny.
Yeah.
Well, my first, not even it's kind of the same realm of yours. It's like New Kids on the Block. NK, OTB.
You know me.
Oh my God. And it was at a small venue in Fresno, California called Warner's Theater. And I was 12. And oh my gosh, I'm like you. I don't remember who I went with. I'm sure my middle school friends, because I was 12.
Right.
So 6th or 7th grade, probably the 6th grade summer. I think that's what I'm feeling, although I don't remember everything. But I do remember, and I still do that to this day, I want to be at the front. I want to be at the front. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I pushed my way to the front, and that was miserable because
everybody's doing that.
And they were up and coming. New Kids on the Block they blew up. Mm-hmm. And I had everybody pushing me. And I was one of those little kids that couldn't breathe. I was getting squished. You know what I mean? At the iron gate.
Yeah.
They had an iron gate, and I was getting squished at it.
Well, now kids, if that happens, they're falling to the ground and fainting.
I know.
We were built a lot tougher back then.
I believe so. Yeah. I don't think it caused a trend for me though. It did cause for me to think a certain type of guy was cute though. Because then I kind of had a thing for boy bands kind of after that. That boy band look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So wait, after Crisscross, because you liked them, you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Did you go back to school and did you look at little boys? Did you have a thing for that wore overalls?
No, I don't think so. I've always liked boys. So I was a little boy crazy.
I was boy crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes I feel music, at least this is for me. Okay. This is, remember how we get epiphanies even at this age of life? Music spawns me to a certain type of guy. Because then I went through a phase where I liked Depeche Mode and The Cure. And then I liked those type of guys, you know, creepers and docs and just like dark, like a little more, I guess what people would call emo. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's never been my type. I either liked white guys, Mexican guys, and then my husband was mixed, black, white, and Mexican. So I got.
Oh, yeah, he was all three.
Yeah, he was
oh my
all three.
gosh.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So, good looking guy.
Yeah, very handsome. I've seen the photos.
Thank you. But yeah, I've never really went for like. I don't know. Like,
did he have all the best parts of those three?
He did.
I mean, I just got thinking right now.
Charisma. He had the charisma too. The nice smile. Never no braces, which is weird because both my kids are in braces and neither one of us have had them.
So let me ask you this, because we're going back in time.
Yes.
And I know one of your things, and with your husband, you like the Raiders. You like that jam.
Raider Nation.
Yeah. So back in time, did you always like the Raiders?
Yeah, it's so weird. So the other day, I don't know if you saw it, I posted on Instagram a picture. Somebody was like, oh, post a picture from, back in the days. I found one of me when I was probably about 14 and I had a Raiders jersey on. I don't know how I became a Raiders fan because I've been one since I was younger.
Like, how in the hell did you find a photo nowadays?
I think it's something, I don't know where I found this photo, but I knew I had one of me as a young girl and this photo, so I knew where to look.
Yeah.
But, yeah, even like my first real boyfriend was a 49er fan. I grew up in a 49er household. I don't know how I became a Raider fan. And then I married one. Yeah.
Because usually there's like a grandpa or an uncle, somebody.
No.
Okay.
I remember even making my grandma.
Probably you like the colors. That seems like a lot of people.
Probably, whoops. I even made my grandma like a 49er pillow for Christmas one year because I was in sewing class. Like, yeah. Everybody was Niner fans in my household.
I mean, because I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a Niner fan. But I'll admit, they got great colors.
Yeah. I mean, I like wearing black.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I give you that. So maybe. Interesting.
Yeah, and okay. I was kind of like a little thuggish. I had like a little bit of thuggish kind of growing up, and so maybe, I don't know. I don't know how but then you think like red is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how I became a Raiders fan. I'd like to know though.
You like to rewind the wheels in the head.
Yeah, sometimes if you could remember everything.
So I know so Amber and I were kind of reminiscing about our youth and old times. And we were talking about going back, like first concerts, everything we're talking about. And then we thought, okay, fashion, since we are talking about the colors and stuff. So she was looking up, she's like, oh my gosh, you remember this? So we want to talk about some of the fashion, maybe faux pas that we've had, because I am so dying to hear, because you're she's like 10 years younger than me. So you're a little different generation.
Right. So, I mean, for me, it was like baggy jeans, platform shoes. I remember wearing like Dickie overalls or Dickie pants. Like a choker.
I wore chokers. Yeah.
Yeah, chokers. Dark maroon lipstick.
Okay.
I
wore white lipstick.
I used to wear white eyeliner.
Okay.
Yes.
On the inside too, it's supposed to pop your eyes.
Yeah, I've seen that for nowadays. But like I used to wear it on the top. I don't know. I wish I could find a picture of me like that, because what the fuck was I doing wearing white eyeliner? And how did I even know that was like a thing? Was that a thing back then?
Was white lipstick a thing back then?
I've never seen white lipstick.
I wore white lipstick because it made you look tanner.
Oh my God.
We had the worst tans. Oh my God. We would go on the roof with Crisco and Amber's eyes.
Mouth dropped on that one. What the hell?
We would sunbathe on the roof. And literally, we would put lawn chairs up there. We'd get a ladder. And this is middle school. Yeah. We'd go up there, put our lawn chairs down. We'd rub Crisco on us. And then, do you guys remember, our audience, some of you guys will remember, Amber probably won't, but Three's Company?
Yeah, it's a show.
Okay. It's a show. Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, my mom watched it. Suzanne Summers had this tinfoil thing that she made, and she sunbathed with the tinfoil thing like under her chin. Mm-hmm. You took cardboard and you basically wrapped it in tinfoil. Because it reflected.
Or a magazine.
Yeah, no, because the tinfoil. You put the tinfoil on the magazine.
Yeah, so because it bends,
Exactly, and then the sun reflected, and so you supposedly you didn't get a better tan. You basically got skin cancer, is what you got. Yeah. So
But don't you hate that? Like when
yeah.
you're tanning today and then you're out in the sun all day and then all of a sudden like your neck and part of your chest is white because your face or, if you're laying out a certain way.
Well, no, what I hate today, Amber, is that I did that shit to myself and I go, holy crap, look at all my wrinkles that are coming out now.
Well, at least nowadays there's things that we can do to help with those.
Yeah, I agree. And I will do it.
Hey, if it works and you can afford it, and why not?
Yeah, whatever makes you feel better. So platform shoes. When you say platform, what kind of shoes?
Like I remember like white shoes, like white leather shoes, and they were like probably had like a 3-inch platform. They were just like a sneaker.
Okay.
From Payless shoe stores.
Payless shoe stores.
Yes.
Yeah. I wore winos. They were black canvas with a tan bottom.
Oh my gosh.
They were called winos.
That's funny.
You probably never.
I've never even heard. I'm like, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Wino. I actually Googled them one time. It was like a big era with The Cure, Depeche Mode, ABC. Oh my gosh, all of these bands.
What about
punk?
What about Beanie Babies?
I bought one for my daughter. Amber probably owns several.
I've never been into them. I mean, I think I have some like random ones, nothing like encased or anything like that. But my youngest Maya she likes them, and so like when she was younger, my friend had a whole bunch, and she's like, here. So, and then they were like Christmas ones or whatever. So like they're in my Christmas stuff, and so like at Christmas time, I'll put one out or something.
Yeah,
but
no, I bought my daughter. She was born Christmas 1998, and so I bought her the Christmas one, and I encased it.
Yeah,
and I have it. I
wonder
give
if
it to
it's
her.
worth anything.
I know. I don't want her to.
People
sell
were
it.
going crazy over those.
No, like mania.
Yeah,
I remember I was like, "Does it have the tie tag? If it's not real, does it have a tie tag?"
Well, you could get them in your Happy Meals when they were $1.99. I mean, what are Happy Meals today? I don't know because I don't buy Happy Meals, but
do they still have Happy Meals?
Yeah.
Okay, with toys?
I mean, they're probably not toys like they did back in the days.
Because a Beanie Baby's a good toy.
Yeah. Remember people used to go get Happy Meals and they'd have all these collector McDonald's toys.
Yeah. Oh my God, that shit's probably so worth something now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, but who would have that stuff still? I mean, hoarders.
Yeah. You know what? Well, you remember? Okay, what was that movie? 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yes.
Do you remember he was a hoarder of all of his toys? And then he met that really cool girl and she did eBay stuff. And she's like, oh my God, you're sitting on a landmine. And sure enough, he was like a millionaire. He ended up selling, she helped him to sell all of his stuff. And he became cool because he was a nerdy guy. Remember, never had sex or anything. And then he became cool. And you know what? That is so true. Have you been to a high school reunion?
No. So I went to a school in Fremont for my 9th and 10th grade. I met a guy that lived in San Jose, and I started ditching school the second half of 10th grade. And then like the last quarter, I just like stopped going to school. And then I finally moved back to San Jose with my mom because I kept running away. And then I ended up going to a continuation school for my senior year because I didn't have enough credits.
And that's okay. If you guys haven't listened to our previous episode, Carly said, what would you tell yourself? And she said, don't have a boyfriend in high school.
Yes, absolutely. And what's even weird today, because here I am 25 years later, that guy's sister is my best friend today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
wait, do you see him and stuff?
I do.
Oh yeah.
I do. He has 2 kids. He's on his second marriage.
Was there, when you see him, is there like any spark?
No.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
No. We're way past that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I've been married and everything too.
No, I know what my high school, he's on my Facebook. Like I know my high school and no interest whatsoever. Like I've got such a different type now. Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely not my type.
Isn't that crazy? And you were so into him that you were ditching school, girl.
He was the love of my life.
You thought you were marrying him.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy because their mom is my second mom. Like she says, this is my daughter. And then I call her mama.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is cool that you still have all that relationship though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm glad that like things didn't end bad with us. Like life happens. But yeah, I mean, I'm grateful. And plus everything I've been through has taught me, and it led me to my husband.
Well, yeah, I do definitely believe everything happens for a reason. The reason too, I was asking if you'd ever been to a high school reunion, because back to the nerdy thing, I have been, and it's so crazy because that is very true.
The nerds are the hot guys.
Oh
now?
my God, they are. And the guys that were the athletes and like the cool dudes, they're fat and bald.
I was going to say fat.
Or bald. And I know bald you can't help, right?
Yeah.
Your
genetics.
Yeah. If your fitness, you can. But just that it sounds so cliche, but it was real. Like for our high school, there's very few, and I don't want to put them all out because gosh, I have a ton on my Facebook and they probably listen. Sorry, boys. But I don't want to put them all out because some I'm highly impressed. Like I see them and I'm like, oh my God, like he's really maintained, or but the nerdy ones, they surprise you because they kind of fill out. You're
right. They grow up.
They grow up.
They were late bloomers.
They're late bloomers.
I mean, I kind of wish that. I mean, I have friends from high school that I did go to like a regular high school with on my social media, and I have kept in contact. Over the years, and it's nice to be able to see what's going on and people raising their kids and their families. But I just didn't get to graduate with them. So
yeah. And that, that rings true to something because of social media. The first year we had a big 10-year reunion. There was not social media yet.
Oh. And
then our 20 year, we opted out. What we did was we just put like an event out on Facebook, to meet at a local bar the night before Thanksgiving when everybody goes out. We're going to meet early. Let's all get together. And they actually comboed it, like class of 90, 91, 92, like 3 years. So it was so different than high school reunions. I think are going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah, I think so too, because everybody could just keep up on social media, and it's so easy to do an event and like just show up and everybody does their thing, or you mingle. Instead of having to rent a hall and coordinate and, it's like having a wedding, basically.
That was what your student body was for, was that's why people had a class president and a VP and a treasurer, because those were the people that they would then do your high school reunions as future forward.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because
what if they were poor with money in their adult age?
No, we had that happen. So we had the student body came forward because our class president was not following through with the 10-year. So we had to have other people, the student body. I was actually called upon, and I was part of it, but I was like, I don't even know. I did arts and decorations. That's what I did. I was in the student body, and I was my senior year, and I got called to like be a main component, and I was like, this is what the VP is supposed to be doing. Like, I didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? I was like, that's too much work.
I mean, I feel like that in many facets of my life.
Yeah. No, I know. Amber does a lot of work with our podcast, you guys.
No, I'm just not just this. I'm any of my friends that listen know, but it's.
You know what though? I'm going to say something about that, because like we were talking to Carly in the last one. She's a people pleaser.
Yeah.
I think when people, they step up and they do it, what then happens is other people like, oh, then they take a back seat because this other person's just doing it. I feel that way. This is going to sound silly, but it like when you get married and you have a baby and you're just taking care of the baby and you're changing the diaper, and then you get mad at the guy. He never changes the diaper. Well, because you're always fucking taking care of and changing his diaper, right? He's not having to.
Right.
Like you're not letting him just, you just kind of got to sit back.
Let those instincts kick in.
And let the shit happen. And
literally.
Yeah. And it smells and it's stinky. And then he's like, oh shit, I got to change. He's got to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So that
especially in today's day and age, I think things are a little bit, should be more 50-50. We're partners, not like man, woman stays home, takes care of the kids. Like today, I feel like relationships are more partnerships.
Yeah. Especially because, most households full-time both work,
Yeah, definitely. It's hard. My friend, Sophia, she has been off. She was pregnant and had her third child. She goes back pretty soon here. She's been off for 7 months, and she's just
that's a long time.
I know. Well, she was off 2 months early.
Okay.
And she exonerated all of her stuff. She's like, how do I stay home? This isn't fair, And I'm like, I'd be looking for a way to get out with 3 kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Because some people, they they can't leave. Like it's just their nurturing instinct. And then some people are like, I am so ready to go back to work. Like they want their independence and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we do get to do things and she does get some time, which is nice. I stopped by her house the other night and just had a beer with her and just, hung out. Her kids were swimming and she's like, thank you so much for coming by. And, because as a new mom, like you don't always get to go out and do the fun things with everybody. So I think it's important for your friendships, with that, sometimes they have kids when your kids are grown.
Yes. I love when friends just drop by.
Yeah. It's nice. So
yeah,
I love that. I've known her for a long time. So, I cherish all my friendships.
Yeah. So back to the nostalgia episode. Friendships. What's your longest friendship? How old were you? Are they still a friend?
So I don't know. What would you consider a friend? Like somebody that I'm actively still speaking to, somebody on social media? Because for today, which is weird that you asked this question, a girl that grew up across the street from my grandparents' house where I was a lot of the time, 2 years old, we were friends. And I just messaged her today because I seen, I watch her on social media.
Oh, so she's on your Facebook type thing?
She is. And I see some of her stuff and I'm like, oh, I wonder, and I wonder what her parents are doing. So today I actually shot her a message and I was like, hey, how are you? Like I saw that you moved. Like, how's your family? Different lifestyles. And that's okay. But, yeah, 2 years old. I mean, we don't talk or hang out or anything, but like if she ever needed anything, like I would do what I could to help her.
Yeah.
But I'd say all my friendships, I mean, I've had friends forever.
So what's the longest one with somebody that you do things with? Like you'll do a girls trip with? Yeah.
Well, my ex's sister, my best friend.
Okay. And you were friends with her?
25.
So you made friends with her when you were 15?
Yeah, 15. So almost 25 years. Yeah. I mean, although we weren't really friends right away because she didn't like me.
Because you were dating her brother.
Yeah. But she loves me now. So.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. So
because her brother was ditching?
No, he was 18.
Oh, he was freaking 18. Nowadays?
He was 17, almost 18.
Can you imagine nowadays? And you were 15, girl.
Yeah, he had just graduated.
That was a big deal back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're 15 and he's 17, that was like freaking 20 dating 35 now.
I met him in November 99.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Whew.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. Super crazy.
So mine, because I was a younger graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 14 and it's my bestie, Melanie. And Melanie lives in San Diego, but her and I, like, she'll be at my daughter's wedding. She stood up with me at Ken's funeral.
Nice.
Yeah. So
it's hard to find good people, and sometimes you don't need to talk to somebody all the time or see them all the time. For instance, like my best friend, she wants to take Maya while I'm gone for the weekend. And, I was like, okay, that's fine. And then we were trying to figure out arrangements because she lives an hour away. So I was like, I can meet you halfway, but I can only do it during this time or whatever. I said, or I can have Michaela do it. And she goes, well, I would like to see your face too. Like, I haven't seen you. So I was like, okay, well, does this time work? And I said, but on Sunday, like Michaela's going to have to come get her. But I do feel bad because she just had a grandbaby. And so she's very involved, and gets to, help take care of her grandson when he's so cute and he's already walking. But like, it's just like having a kid all over again. And and she has a family, and kids, 2 grown boys and then a daughter in high school. And that's just not where I'm at in my life. So it's hard.
That's what happens. I think people wait.
But I love her and I would,
grow separately.
We would do anything for each other.
Yeah.
And my kids are her kids and vice versa. Maya told me the other day, she was like, we saw a truck full of teenage boys and like the parents like traveling somewhere. You could tell because they were pulling a fifth wheel. And I was like, well, what if you had a bunch of brothers? She was like, well, I already kind of do when I go to Auntie's. And so I called her and she's like, yeah, they beat up on her. Like they're her
good,
brother.
Toughen her up. Yeah,
definitely.
She likes it. I have boy cousins and they did that. Yeah. They would like try to drown me in the pool and, scare the shit out of me.
See, and going back to being younger, like I think that's how kids played. Yes. Today's age, like they do not play like that. It's like everybody's on their phone. Nobody's like playing tag or like I've honestly let my kids doorbell ditch because I'm like, just don't get caught. And if you do, you're going to be in trouble if they come over here.
Let them be kids.
Yeah. Let them be kids. Like obviously if it's 10 o'clock at night and somebody's ringing your doorbell, that's not cool. But if it's like dusk and somebody rings your doorbell, like they're going to be on camera anyways most of the time. But like they're just being kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wish our kids could grow up like that.
I so wish they could too. So speaking
Drink out of the hose.
So speaking of when we had our friends, like our longtime friends, because it was just reminding me of my longtime friend, Melanie. So when we were talking about like nostalgia and like fashion and stuff, obviously you have these friends and you grow up, and back in the day, did you borrow clothes? Remember borrowing clothes?
So,
how did that work in your life?
So my dad always told me not to borrow clothes because it's going to get ruined. And then you're going to get mad that your friend ruined your shirt or whatever. So he was like do not share your shit.
Okay. So when the girl wanted to borrow your stuff, you had to tell her no? You sneak it to her or like, hey, yes, but you have to give it back to me and it looks good. And my dad's gonna be so mad.
No, I don't ever remember that like being an issue. Well, actually, I take that back. I let somebody borrow a down jacket. It was reversible. One side was white, one side was black. And
okay, that sounds dope now.
Right? It was like the thing to have back then.
Yeah.
And she got lipstick on the white part.
Of course it was the white part.
Yes. And it never came out. And my dad's like, see?
Magic eraser would have taken it out.
Well, I mean, back then in the 90s, there was no magic eraser.
I know, my gosh.
Yeah, but so that was like the one thing that I can remember.
So Melanie, she had a police chief of a dad in Clovis. I know. So he's very strict. So she had to come to school all looking one way, and she'd go directly to the bathroom and she'd pull out her little small skirt in her little tank top type thing, and she changed in the bathroom for school, and then she changed back before dad picked her up.
Where'd she get these items then?
Okay.
Just borrowing
There
them?
was a place called Contempo.
Okay.
And we would go to the mall and, we'd get $20, $25. And so everybody, the parents, that was for food, right?
Right.
No girl ate food. No. And to this day, we still don't eat food. We shop, we use our money, you know what I mean? On other things. Guys, they spend all their money on food and beer, and we're buying other shit. Even back then. So Melanie would save her money, and, we'd go to these little shops in the mall and she'd buy things or she'd borrow things. Yeah. But that was she was like the only friend that really had like that strict of a parent, that had to do that. But I do have a story because it kind of rings true in this, because when I said Contempo, that was like a name brand place. And do you remember Esprit and all of those things?
I remember like
Guess. You remember Guess?
Yeah,
Guess.
Guess.
Oh,
Wet Seal.
Okay, well,
There was another one like that too, and I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, no, I know. Justice is like a wet seal.
And Forever 21's been around for a long time too.
Yes. PacSun.
Yes,
PacSun. Yep, that one was. But I think everybody can relate with this one. So, Uggs. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean, those are still a thing.
Still a thing. Most embarrassing story. My daughter's going to kill me. Okay. I did not believe a child under the age of 10 should have real Uggs. Like, their feet are still growing. Like, I'm going to buy those Uggs. And those Uggs last a lifetime. Right. But not for kids. They'll just grow right out of them.
Run around the playground or whatnot.
100%. So I bought my daughter a pair of like the Bears. I think they're called Bears.
Yeah.
And you can literally get them like at Target, I think. So they're like $25. She was only 5. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And so I had a pair of Uggs that got damaged. Back then, they don't even make them anymore. They're on the back of the Ugg they were a metal plate, and it said Ugg in metal.
Okay.
So I was able to pull the metal plate off of that Ugg.
OMG.
I glued them on the back of my daughter's. Tatum, remember this? Oh my gosh, she's going to kill me.
Well, let's see. This will be the test to see if she really listens.
Oh my God. Right? Okay. So she came. So I put them on. They look so good, girl. They look like real Uggs. Okay.
Nobody's going to know.
No one's going to know. And I think it was like her Valentine gift,
Aww.
I know. So, but she was so cute. So she goes, and maybe first grade. So she goes to school wearing her new, bright, shiny Uggs. And then they do crisscross applesauce on the floor. And her metal plate popped off. her metal plate popped off.
Oh my God.
And she grabbed it and she was like, oh. And she said she kept trying to put it back on when she's a little girl, right? So then she was that small, that young, and came home and goes, Mom, you got me fake Uggs.
Oh my goodness.
But look at how
But bear paws aren't bad. I buy bear paws today.
No, but they're not Uggs.
They're not Uggs, but
no, and they might not have been bear paws. They were like $20. So the bear paws I think are more, right?
yeah, they're like 60.
Okay, no. These were like $20 from Target, but you could not tell. Like you would look at them and they look like Uggs.
I can't believe at that age she was so worried about that.
I can't believe that she knew that they were fake.
Well, somebody told her.
I know. What's up? Probably the teacher ruined my game.
Right?
I know.
Well, at that age, she could read. It probably said bear paw.
You know what? I don't even know. I just tried my damnedest. And I didn't think she was going to like sit on the ground. It was going to pop off. I thought I did a good job with gluing it on.
Gorilla glue next time.
I know, right? I tried my damn. I probably needed like a fabric glue is what I probably needed, right?
Super glued.
I know. So have you ever done anything like that? Where like you had a knockoff or you tried to make something it wasn't?
I don't think I've ever made something that it shouldn't. And I don't really care about brand names. Like,
okay. Do you have friends? Anybody you knew?
No, I don't. I mean, I think I've had a fake Coach bag before, Like,
yeah.
But now I'm like, I don't know. I guess if something looked legitimate, I'd probably still buy it if it was fake. Because to me, it's stupid to
spend a lot of money on
things, And I do have a lot of purses and purses I don't use, but never more than a couple $100.
Yeah.
No.
So what about you have friends that you're like, there's no fucking way that's real.
Yes, and I'm like, but where did you get that?
Right?
No, I would never ask. You know what I mean? Like, I'd just be like, whatever. Like, that thing, it's all materialistic shit.
Yeah.
It does not matter to me. That doesn't make you as a person. I know a lot of people want to, present themselves to look like they have a lot of money. But in reality, do you think rich people or people that are saving their money spend money on that kind of stuff?
No, actually, the wealthy people are the ones you would like never know.
Exactly.
Like, seriously. Yeah.
I mean the bummiest person can come in and be the richest fucking man or woman.
When I work at a bank, so in college, and that was the case. I was a specialty teller, and so the specialty teller did the boxes. What are they called? The safety boxes.
I know what you're talking about.
I'm blank. You know what I mean? The boxes. You guys know.
The main.
Yeah.
Security boxes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever they're called. I know. I can't think of it now.
think of the name.
But, and I did like the higher end accounts and stuff. And there would be like a lot of like old people, you know what I mean? That would walk in and, they were in the raggedy stuff. They just held on to that moo forever, and that man had those slippers with holes forever.
And they probably had diamonds in their box.
Oh my God. I like literally went into their account and I was going to like fall over because walking up to my window, I was like, there's no way. And I would look in their account and I'd go, oh my gosh. Okay. Safety deposit box. There we go.
Exactly. I was just about to say it.
Yes.
I was waiting for a break.
So they would come to me, they would have their key and I have to take them back. I would go into their account. They'd make a deposit. And I would say, I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10, but I would definitely say more than half. So 70%. I'll go with that. You would look at them and go, oh my gosh. And then you would look at the rest of the line and you would see people that were flashy, back then, like in a Fila tracksuit or,
oh my God,
and wearing a Fendi bag and a bad attitude. And they would be negative $100 in their account.
Right. And I mean, who doesn't like nice things? Everybody likes nice things. But I think, especially in today's world, we try so hard to keep up with the Joneses, right? Like, we want to have an image, but who are we doing that for?
Yeah.
For yourself? For other people to think something of you. You know what I mean? And a lot of
It's
people
an
go broke.
insecurity. I think. It's an
I mean, I'll go
insecurity.
broke over vacations all day, but as far as materialistic things, I could give a shit about.
I'm like that. I'll go broke over vacations and my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll like, you know, my daughter going to dance killed us. You know, comp dance was so expensive. It was just like drained us, right? But I just knew, I was like, these are memories that she's going to have for life. And sure enough, I mean, she's got freaking Kaylee, who's her maid of honor. She met in dance, 4 years old, and they're still besties.
That's awesome.
Right? So that's so cool. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Any kind of sports, anything like that, its time and money.
Yeah. Time and money. All
Well,
right.
Well, I think that I have one more question. Let's talk about our first jobs real quick. Last one. What was your first job?
I was just talking about this. Okay. I have one like salty job. I'm going to say I was salty. I was 12. I should not have been working.
What the hell?
I know. But I was like a hustler. I had to be a hustler. I lost my mom. Like my mom got sick when I was 10.
Right.
So I just had to figure it out like early on. And I remembered the name. It was Lambert's Portrait Studio. And it was in Fresno. And I would cold call and give free 8x10s. That's what I
How the hell did you know somebody?
I did. 2 other high school girls had a job there. And so my friend in my middle school was one of their sisters. And so they're like, I think they have an opening. So I'm like, I need to work. I need my own money. Like my mom's sick and, you know, and I'm not even kidding. At age 12, like I was like ahead of the game. I was very mature. You know,
you had to grow up.
And I was already getting my nails done. I told you those big, long fluorescent nails. I had to have money for my nails. and I would wear LA gears.
Oh, were they light ups?
Oh my God. No, they didn't light up. But so Lambert's Portrait Studio, but that was like short lived because, oh my
You were
God.
12?
and you're cold calling. It was awful. So I did that. And then my real first job, which is so, so crazy because it's weird that you're saying this, was at Baskin Robbins. I was an ice cream scooper. And in Fresno, they had 3 locations. And so we would rotate and work these 3 locations. Recently, like 2 weeks ago, I'm at Campagna, like a local bar restaurant.
Right.
And coming up to me is a friend of mine. And we had like almost every shift together. His name's Eric. He comes up to me. Hey, Eric. He's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I didn't even recognize him. You know, he recognized me, but we've had each other on Facebook, but he's not on there very much.
Yeah.
I ended up introducing him to my high school friend, and they got together, got married 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going, I think, on a different path now. Hence why he was out at Campagna.
Right.
Right. But we were reminiscing about like, my God, remember we used to scoop ice cream? And so with this being said, we used to take, of course, the whipped cream cans.
Oh my God.
And we would go to the back, like at the end of the night, we save the cans. And we would save like 10 cans. And we'd go in the back before we'd close out, you know, and we'd hit them.
Like whippets.
I whip it. Yeah, right. Yeah, I was 16 years old.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Womp, womp, womp.
Whoa. And I worked there for like a year and a half, which is a long time for back then, like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a super scooper, man. And then when I got to be a cake decorator, that was like, hell yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so my first job was Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, especially because you could like make pizzas and take them home, like however you wanted. It wasn't like no menu, you know?
Yeah.
Like, however
you could have
wanted.
like extra cheese.
Yes. Oh my God. So that was cool. That was short lived. Probably a few months because then, you know, I had a boyfriend, ruined my life.
Do the men in your life.
I know. It's horrible. But
We're going to check your picker.
Yeah. I think I need a new picker. But yeah, I like that. But it's funny that you say that about the cake decorating because Michaela's been at Cold Stone for a year. And she just learned how to do cakes. And she sent me a picture from work. I guess they take Polaroid pictures and they have like a board that they put people's pictures on when they do certain things. And so she's like, look, she sent me the picture. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
See, she's proud of being a cake decorator.
Yes.
You know?
So when you said that, I was like, oh my God, she was so happy, you know?
Yeah. So
definitely.
Papa, how long did you work there?
Probably 3 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Just 3 months.
Yeah, I was more like, I ran the streets. I was
ran the streets.
I was a troublemaker. I was a very troubled teen.
I worked at Granny's. Do you remember Granny's?
No. Is that like hot cookies or something? It sounds like Miss
Oh my God.
Miss Fields.
This is so great. No, Granny's was like, they had fried okra. I swear to God. Yeah, Granny's. Now I gotta Google it. But it was in Clovis. But the only reason I worked there, because dude, minimum wage back then was like, I don't know, $3.50 an hour maybe. Yeah. But at Granny's, you made $4 an hour.
Of course, it's like everybody wants to work at In-N-Out because they pay more, you know.
Yes, so you made more money. Yes, Granny's. I'm gonna Google see if it the restaurant.
I think when I started working, I was like $7 or something back then. But you know, now my daughter, as of April 1st, is making $20 an hour.
What?
Yeah, because they're
you're right. Yeah, all the fast foods, right?
Yeah, but they're not even fast food. They're ice cream scoopers.
Oh.
But it's because, from what I understand, I don't know if this is correct, but any franchise that has 60 or more locations has to pay that wage.
Oh.
Which means they raise their prices.
But that means everything else. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. I was looking, and yeah, it's Granny's like soul food kitchen. Kitchen, see?
I like some soul food.
Yeah. Back in the day, Granny's. It's gone. It's done now.
Done, son.
Yeah. That's so great. But you know, that's a whole nother topic. And actually, Nikki would be great to have talking about this minimum wage increase. You know, we should talk about, did bartenders get that?
I don't think so, because they're not franchises.
Okay. So just franchise places.
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
And only in California.
And
obviously.
only California. Yeah. But now everybody's going to go work fast food.
Or they're going to start not going and places are going to close down like they already have.
Yeah, there has been some places.
Because prices, either the business owner can't afford the employees, so have closed doors, or they're going to raise prices to compensate, or be short-staffed and they're not going to get good service, right? And then people aren't going to go there, you know?
Right.
And they're going to more cook from home or do whatever. Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't think 16, 17-year-olds 18-year-olds need to be making $20 an hour.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
My daughter blows through her money. So I'm trying to talk to her about starting a Roth, you know, just trying to invest money. Start young.
Start young. So, and then when you do this, it just makes everything go up. So my thought is like, what at some point in life, minimum wage is going to be $50 an hour? Like, how are you going to reverse this? There's no way.
It's hard to go back.
You can't. If you look at time, we've never gone back.
No, my grandparents bought their house for $60,000 and it's worth $2 million.
Oh my God. Where is it at?
San Jose.
Oh yeah, the Bay.
I mean, they sold it before it was worth that, but I always look it up because it's like my childhood home. And 2-story, huge backyard, South San Jose, beautiful neighborhood. And I
gotta Zillow my childhood home. Everybody should Zillow. Get on your phone, Zillow your childhood home.
Definitely. It's amazing because then sometimes you see pictures of how it's upgraded.
Oh, you're like, that was my room.
I'm like, oh my God, I remember that.
They took down my wallpaper.
Or the front yard looks different now, or I don't know.
Or even maybe that same swing is still up or something.
You never know.
Oh my God, I want to do that. Yeah. I got to look at all mine. We moved a lot when I was little.
Yeah, definitely look at it. So, all right, well, let's wrap up this episode. I know we're missing Nikki tonight, but we were able to manage. So, with that, I'm going to say Roger that.
Roger that, everyone.